We have some new news on Jack Tiextra. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that last name right, so forgive me if I'm not. I probably am not. But if you don't know who that is, he is the leading suspect for the Pentagon leak. It's pretty much confirmed it was him at this point. He is currently facing 25 years in prison. What he leaked was some documents about the Ukraine-Russia war. He did it over some Discord server, and then it ended up getting spread all over the internet, and it was traced back to him. If you don't know who he is, like as a person, he's a 21-year-old. He was part of the Air National Guard, and for whatever reason, he had one of the highest levels of security clearances as a 21-year-old, because that makes sense. But the story just gets weirder. Now we are hearing that he was apparently preparing for a violent race war against black and Jewish people. So, yeah, that seems normal. But it's starting to seem like this story isn't all that legit, to be completely honest with you. I feel like this could be another attempt by not just the media, but the government in general to demonize conservatives. It's the same thing as with that shooting the other day where there was this Hispanic guy, right? And then they were like, oh, it's a white nationalist shooter. Oh, some Hispanic guy went and shot a bunch of white people, and then they called him a white nationalist Nazi. And that was his inspiration. This time, they're trying to be like, oh, yeah, this was a crazy conspiracy nut who went and leaked a bunch of Pentagon documents. Which, the main reason why I think this may not be so legit is it's a 21-year-old with one of the highest levels of security clearances. Now, the reason they gave for him having this clearance was because apparently he was or not apparently, he was working in IT. So they're like, oh, look, he needs this security clearances because he was in IT. That makes no sense. If that was true, there would be a bigger problem with these leaks. If any 21-year-old working in IT just gets one of the highest levels of security clearances, yeah, this would be a lot bigger of a problem. This wouldn't be a one-time thing, right? But no, this is a one-time thing because it makes no sense. The story just does not add up. There's no reason a 21-year-old should have ever had that clearance. And now they're trying to report that this guy was a conspiracy nut. He was out there preparing for a race war. He said he was envisioned a race war, and let's see. Apparently he had a bunch of racist views and was suspicious of the government. Which, okay, what's wrong with that? Suspicion of the government. Here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make everybody like us, who goes around talking poorly about the government, who does believe in some of these conspiracies, because they tend to come out as true about a year later. They're trying to paint us as treasonous terrorists. They're trying to make it when you think conspiracy, you think of this guy, guy who committed treason. Now he's facing 35 years, I believe it is, in prison, something like that. But yeah, he called himself a racist, and yeah, so he was clearly evil. That's what we can get here. But apparently, he was preparing for a violent struggle against black people, liberals, Jews, gays, and transgenders. And this obviously caused him to leak Pentagon documents. The story lines up so well. It's just like how the other day we had the Mexican white nationalist. This time we have the 21-year-old with high level security clearance. It obviously lines up. But they're just trying to make conspiracy people look bad. They're trying to tie us to treason. They're trying to make you think of terrorism. That way they can come after us. And there will be no questions asked. It's a preparation. Right? They're trying to prepare the minds of the average people to be against the average conspiracy theorist, the average truther. That way later on, when they actually want to take some kind of action, you're already against us. That's the plan. They want to make you hate conservatives. That's why when in Nashville you have a transgender person go and shoot a bunch of Christian kids, they refuse to ever release the manifesto of the shooter, and they still won't call it a hate crime. While when there is a Mexican shooter, they will go right away saying white nationalist, and they will promote it everywhere, and they will call it a hate crime. They will say he was a neo-Nazi. They want to make conservatives look bad. They want to make patriots look bad. They want to make nationalists look bad. I'm not defending these ideologies, by the way. I'm not defending white nationalism or neo-Nazism or whatever this guy was promoting. But they're trying to get you to tie these ideas with conservatism, and it's working. That's why so many people feel comfortable about saying, "Oh, yeah, MAGA supporters are all Nazis," because this propaganda, it's working. And we need to be careful about this. We need to watch out for it, and we need to fight back against it. And we need to question everything, because it makes no sense that this 21-year-old kid would have had this security clearance to be able to go in to the Pentagon documents, retrieve them, export them, share them on Discord, where they would then be shared everywhere. There's no way our national security is that bad. There's no way Pentagon's security system is that terrible. Otherwise, this would happen a lot more often. So what that means is this was almost certainly set up and it was planned. They're trying to make us look bad, and we can't let it happen. I'm going to wrap up the video though on that note. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share the video. You get it. You've heard it all before. The only way we're taking back this country is together. So join the fight. But yeah, like I said, I'm heading out. So long. Peace out. And God bless you all.